the top 5 and the Champions League places with a victory. Jonathan Pearce, watch this one.
A difficult one to take. Before this game we had 2 wins in a row in 2 big games at home. First half was very good again. Unfortunately for us, the second half was not, and we lost the game. So it's difficult when you lose a derby and all that stuff. Difficult moment for the players right now in the dressing room. But from next Tuesday we have to react again and work hard again to go for the next game.
I know that probably from outside sometimes looks more easy, but when it's a game that it's a must-win game, they played yesterday. They all won yesterday. So for us has to be the game, and you are 1-0 down. It's not easy for the players, especially for this squad. But second half, I think we continue in the way we are since day one.
I think the fans, they don't have the notion of the part that they do for the club, and with the environment that we had on the stadium, like against Tottenham today, at the end of the game is what we need from them, because they are wonderful. They let's be honest, they play a big part from the team. Of course, we on the pitch sometimes we understand they are upset with us, but what we need is them to back us up, because with them we are stronger. So it's what we did today. We won the game in a difficult place against a difficult team, and we are really happy.
Well, there were 2 very differing halves for Chelsea, weren't they?
They were very different halves, and they were really struggling in forward positions, Chelsea. I mean, when you consider Cole Palmer hasn't scored in 16, Nicholas Jackson hasn't scored in 13, and it just wasn't working for them again today for whatever reason. I mean, they lost the ball far too easily. They weren't really a threat in front of goal. If Jackson makes a run there towards the penalty spot, makes it so much easier for Cucurella to put that ball in there, and different options. They has to pass it backwards, and then Palmer loses it again, and then Fulham are on the attack, and it happened so many times. When the ball goes up there, that has to stick. That can't go under your foot like that as a forward, because everything else breaks down. And I really haven't got a clue what he's trying to do here. He has got options, but I'm not sure he knows what he's doing actually as well. And when he gets into that position, that's basically not good enough. Same thing again into Palmer. Again, he loses the ball, so everything was breaking down. And the manager makes a change. He brings young Tyreek George on, 19-year-old, and all of a sudden that changes the game. Because this finish is so instinctive, it really is, and it wasn't going to happen with those other 2 on the pitch. That is such a clever finish. No nonsense, doesn't think about it, just outside the box, hit it into the corner, and Chelsea are a different team. And Neto, who was probably their best player, he was the only threat really that was pushing. If you thought that was a good finish from George, then have a look at that one. The touch, the swivel, and then the power he gets on it. Keeper's got no chance. So with 10 minutes to go, they're in the mire, Chelsea. And then all of a sudden, Tyreek George comes on and changes it. Then they get the winning goal. And that is a huge 3 points for Chelsea.
Is that a difference in confidence, do you think? Without actually talking to Palmer or Jackson, you've got 2 players there who are struggling a bit for form and therefore aren't doing things instinctively, but those other 2 are, aren't they?
Well, you see different players when things are going really well for you, just do it without even thinking. When you're not, and you're going on a barren run, you're not scoring your touches, all of a sudden life's different, football's different, and you start thinking about things. Nothing's natural anymore, and you can see that's exactly what's happening with those 2, particularly Palmer.
The race for the top 5 now for the Champions League places is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to be honest, this graphic may be a bit much if you've had a long Easter Sunday lunch. I'm sober and it's hurting my head. So, but they're all their remaining fixtures. This is where they're at. The ones in grey are the games against teams who are also in the race for the top 7.
Chelsea's got the toughest run in, do you think?
Yeah, I think that Forest-Chelsea game at the end of the season could be an interesting one, but you just don't know, because with the cup games and you don't know who's going to be, fighting for what. I think Manchester City will feel quite confident looking at that. And your boys Newcastle will probably feel good about it. I think Chelsea probably have the most difficult.
Do you think, with obviously 3 of those 5 are in FA Cup semi-final action, City and Forest and Villa, that will play a part? Yeah,
well, listen, it's as important to get in the Champions League, but, it depends what the manager is prioritising. It's also nice to pick up a trophy. If you can do both, then great, that's what they'll be trying to do. But it just depends what teams are playing for. Not to say they're not going to try as hard, but if they're not playing for nothing, they're not. It's going to be an easier game, obviously.
It's hard enough to predict results anyway, but at this stage of the season, it's almost impossible. But my guess will be Because I know that's what's coming next, and you're going to ask that. Well,
Do you know what? I was
gonna
actually
qualify?
going to say. I was actually going to say Tottenham and Manchester United and Arsenal feature in that as well, and that will depend on where they are at with their European game.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I was going to say, give it to now.
Maybe Chelsea and Forest may miss out.
Yeah, Newcastle City, the way Villa are
Well,
playing.
Newcastle City will miss.
No, they'll be in.
Oh, I thought you'd do that just to wind him up.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, go on.
Newcastle City,
Yeah.
Villa.
Right. Next match.
Personally, the goal from Pedro doesn't change my view from the season. I said 3-4 days ago, and I will repeat, Chelsea the last 2 years never been in Champions League spot, and this season we spent all season there. So today win doesn't change my view. It's already a good season and can become very good if we finish Champions League spot, no doubt. But for sure today was an important win because first of all it's a derby. Second, give us the chance to be there. And probably was the most difficult win. And the reason why is because they all played yesterday. So for us it was a must-win game. And I think after we conceded the goal is the reason why we struggle a little bit more because for the players it become more difficult. And second half.
Enjoyed it. Can that give a lot of belief to the squad? And can you also explain, like you celebrate for a little bit, but then you went into the tunnel. Can you explain your feelings as well after that?
No, I was very happy. First of all, because it's a nice feeling to win the game at the end. But I think it was a moment for the players because they deserve to share that moment with the fans. So this is the reason why I left the pitch immediately. And then when we scored the second one, I celebrate, and this is the reason why they give me yellow card. But for sure, I think was a nice moment for the players and for the fans to share that moment. It's important. And I said already many times, the players, they need to feel the support.
And
the celebration, was there a lot of relief in there as well? Because you got the win, but they left it late. Did you think it might never come?
The win?
Yeah. Did you think
No, to be honest, I was quite positive because I think the team was creating chances, was doing well. Sometimes you also have to be a little bit lucky. I think Tyreek goal gave us an extra energy, an extra boost. But I was quite positive because the team was performing well. So I was quite positive.
And were you impressed by the Neto's goal? I mean, if there wasn't a net there, that would probably still be travelling. Imagine that shot.
Yeah, and it was fantastic goal from Pedro, from Tyreek. But I think all the team today was very good. Trevor was good, Levi was good. The one in the middle, Moy, Enzo, Cole was better. So happy for all of them.
Peter? Just on the Neto's goal, it's played out from the back, it's gone the whole way up the pitch, and I know it probably gets lost in the emotion, but in terms of the goal itself, surely you must be pleased with the way it was constructed, which I know has come under a lot of talk about style of play, but to score a goal like that.
Yeah, no, very pleased about, as you said, about the way you want to play or the style. There are many different things, but I think in the way we want to play, we are there. So it's good also for the player to score that goal. And as I said, fantastic moment to share that moment with the fans.
Jacob?
So you said on Thursday that probably wouldn't qualify for the Champions League if you didn't have Jackson and Palmer to start scoring. So how satisfying is it that you've got two other people when they are today stepping up?
Yeah, fortunately, it was no Cucurella again. Of course. Very happy for Tyreek. Tyreek and Josh Achipong, both from the academy, we decided to promote them because they are good talent. They have to work hard. And Pedro goal, we all know that Pedro is better in the right side. But we have also Noni, we have also Jadon, so I try to decide game by game. But Pedro is doing well since he arrived here.
how big was that Tyreek George goal as well? How big was that goal? Because it sort of...
No, yeah, it was. I think we deserved to score. We deserved to score one goal. It was just the way. And I think Tyreek, when he scored, was a nice moment, but also give an extra energy to the players to try to win the game in the last minute.
Kieran?
Hi, Enzo. Can I just check, was Nkunku not in the squad because of an injury?
No, it's just a technical decision.
And Reece James was obviously went off at half time. He got caught in possession of the goal that conceded. How did you think?
No.
You know, not playing, starting twice
Yeah.
in what, 4 days. How do you think he handled that?
Fantastic. Very happy because he played 90 minutes 2 days ago and play again 45. So for us as a team, it's an important moment because we can start to think about him every 3 days. And this is fantastic for us because he is our captain, he's a main player, fantastic player, so it's a good news. Then, yeah, can happen. We consider the first goal when he lost the ball, can happen. And the reason why we changed him was not was just because he played 90 minutes 2 days ago, 45, and that was the plan.
And we're finished with Liam.
Right, so can I just check on Mallow as well? How's he?
That unfortunately is not a good one, muscle problem. And you can see against Ipswich, second half, he was inside, changed the game. Today he was inside, changed the game. How important is Malo Gusto for us? And unfortunately, he looks muscle injury.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you.